Spring break is a time to relax and have fun. The last thing you want to do is have your time ruined by a scam. To stay ahead of the game, though, we've got Sean Rose. He is from the Better Business Bureau, and he joins us this morning to help us out for all of our spring break vacations. Okay, so what are some of the scams that you guys are seeing at the Better Business Bureau for spring break?
So typically, kind of in instances, especially with spring break, what you see is multiple amounts of people saying, hey, you want a free trip? Or you get a call, you get an email, and it says, you want this free trip? All you have to do is pay, this little tax or fee or what have you, and then you never get a free trip. You show up to the airport with your bags packed, all excited because you get to go out of town, and then nothing.
Are they saying that they're going to show up to the airport with the tickets or something, or do they actually send out fake tickets?
They can send out a fake ticket or a travel an ID code for you to go present to a certain airline, and they'll have your airfare paid for and your tickets ready and all this and that, and just wouldn't happen. I mean, typically what we'd encourage people to do is, as we always say, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
You want to get all your details in writing whenever you do any kind of trip planning. And the best thing to do is start early and do your research. And the great place is you can go to the oklahomacity.bbb.org, check out any type of companies that might be offering you a trip, or you can check out, places you're going to stay, events or restaurants, venues around where you're staying at, if you're going to go sightseeing, stuff like that.
So, I mean, does this happen often?
It's becoming more and more common. Any type of travel scam is becoming more and more common. The other ones that we see in relation to travel, when you want to be aware of free Wi-Fi, because sometimes scammers will set up a Wi-Fi spot and say, hey, free Wi-Fi, or they'll make it look like the hotel's Wi-Fi that you might be staying at.
Yeah, they'll name it something that's very you're like, oh yeah, it says Hilton, whatever.
Right,
yeah.
And then you're there. And so then they can get onto your computer and take any personal information off there. The other one is if you get a call while you're at your hotel and they said, hey, it's the front desk and we just want to make sure, your credit card didn't run through. Can you read us that card number back? Hang up, phone, call the front desk.
Whoa.
Because that's 9 times out of 10, they'll be, front desk never calls you your room and asks you for your credit card. They'll say, hey, there's something with your card. Can you come down and talk to us?
These scammers are becoming more and more believable. I mean, something like that, you never think they would call to your room and pretend to be somebody from the front desk, but I guess it happens.
It does.
What are some other ways that we can just avoid it altogether? Whenever we're planning our vacation, what are some good tips that you'd say?
So always, the early bird gets the worm. So plan ahead, do your research ahead of time. We would always encourage maybe considering buying directly from a hotel or an airline, because a lot of times we're seeing those might be where you can get the better deal. Anytime you get your trip finalized or you're working through everything, make sure you read everything very carefully, that there's not any hidden fees or there's not any late surcharges or what have you. And you want to always make sure that you have your details in writing that you can always reference on your trip.
Especially those all-inclusives, too. You need to look for those hidden fees.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you, Sean, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And if you need to contact the BBB, you can go to their website. You can also call the number right there on your screen for more information. We'll be right back.